Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Sarah, this is No BS Beauty. So for today, I thought I'd do a first impressions of the new USA exclusive Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. What do they call it? Daily Relief Sunscreen SPF 40. It came in the mail about a week ago, so I thought I'd do a little review and demo of it. So I just have moisturizer, and I've got vitamin C serum on, then a moisturizer, and now I'm going to apply this over it. And the ingredients are pretty basic in terms of like beneficial ingredients. We've got vitamin E, and that's about it. We do have a little bit of t-butyl alcohol or denatured alcohol. It's the second to last ingredient right before the vitamin E, and then we've got rice extract, which is the third to last ingredient. For acne prone skin, let's see what we have. For acne prone skin, we've got cetearyl, alcohol, glyceryl, stearate, carbamate, and then vitamin E. And for sunscreen, it's got 4 chemical filters: avobenzone, Homosalate, Octocrylene, and then methylglucose, which, so we've got 9%, 5%, 4.5%, and 2.7% of the active ingredients, which give it an SPF of 40, and probably not crazy UVA protection. Here's their other sunscreen. Actually, I've got a handful of other sunscreens, but they probably have been itching to get in the U.S. market because it's huge. But in the U.S. market, this product can't be sold because it uses newer, more advanced filters, which for some reason the FDA doesn't want people to use. Yeah, so there you go with that. So yeah, this one, their other Relief Rice sunscreen, great. Their ginseng sunscreen's okay. So yeah, so just open it for the first time. I'm going to guess it's got a little cap or sticker covering it, and so there's no fragrance in it, but as we know, the US filters do have a sunscreen smell to them. It's typically the avobenzone, and it's thick and it's noticeable, and I already feel like I don't want to put it on, but I will. Actually, I think I'm just gonna put it on my forehead because I know that definitely has that sunscreen smell. Like when you go to the beach in the US, you notice that smell. Maybe not as much as back in the day, but when I was younger, you definitely noticed that smell. It's the avobenzone. It's just not, they just have their own unique smell. And if you don't, a lot of brands use fragrance to kind of cancel it out. So it applies okay. It looks just fine, but honestly, the UVA protection probably can't compare to hardly any of these. I mean, it's probably better than some of the mineral ones. On the rest of my face, I'm going to put their Aqua Fresh sunscreen on. Yeah, this one definitely feels greasier. The new one feels kind of greasy on my skin. And this Aqua Fresh, I just love this one. It's just really nice. And I've been using it a lot lately. It's very friendly. It literally has no scent at all. And probably much better UVA protection. But if you're in the US and you don't want to buy from a site like YesStyle or something like that, you're gonna be stuck with this, and it's at for sale at iHerb. That's where I picked it up. Not terribly expensive, but so you can kind of see the difference. The US version feels kind of greasy and shiny, and the Aquafresh version is much more natural looking, and it literally has no smell. And the US version is very tacky, whereas this version not quite as tacky. Still a little tacky and sticky. Typically, you want to give it 15 minutes to soak in, so that shouldn't be as big of an issue in 10-15 minutes. Typically, what I do in the morning, I get ready, I do my skincare, get my sunscreen on, and then I do my hair, and then by the time I'm done with my hair, then my sunscreen is soaked in, and it's easier to apply foundation as opposed to just applying this, giving it 10 seconds and applying foundation over. You kind of want it to set, especially for some of the chemical sunscreens, and especially for some of the ones that contain denatured alcohol. You want it to set, and that denatured alcohol helps it set faster, although it can be drying for some people. So yeah, so in terms of other beneficial ingredients, this did not seem like a very inspired product, I guess. In terms of the ingredients, it's just got a bunch of slip ingredients and silica and glycerin. Yeah, to me it feels like a money grab. That's what it feels like to me. And they're itching to get in the US market. And I mean, SPF 40 is okay, but if it's a very sunny day out, honestly, I wouldn't rely on this, especially when you consider if it's SPF 40, the UVA protection is not going to be very high either. So, yeah. So if I had a choice between either of these at this point, any day of the week, I'm picking this one. because it has no smell, it's not as sticky, and it's got some better ingredients and better filters in it than we have in the US. These are kind of sad filters. And it's not even the brand's fault because that's what we have for filters available. I mean, that's it. So yeah, so this one's already soaking and feels not as tacky. This one's a little bit less tacky, but still feels a little bit greasier. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd give it a little whirl. But yeah, kind of not the most exciting product. At least I guess it's fragrance free. But yeah, when vitamin E being the third to last ingredient, or the last ingredient, is the most exciting thing you've got going on, it is the last ingredient. When that's the most exciting thing you have going on in a sunscreen, it's kind of a bummer. So if you're thinking about purchasing it, I will link to both of them. And I personally would recommend this one. But if you don't want to buy from an international site like YesStyle and you just want to buy from iHerb, then this might be where you're going to be limited. So yeah, anyway, those are kind of my thoughts on it, first impressions. Definitely very shiny finish. So anyway, I will go with it for the day, but that's the biggest commitment I'm giving to it is my forehead for one day, because I'm really not a fan so far, but we'll see. So anyway, okay, that's all I got for today. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.